Well, thank you so much, Tres, Justin. That we're absolutely ready for this one. Navi and CR4ZY coming up. Map number 2 here for the elimination match. Lenny rushing right down the middle. Oh, they're all right here. They want to end it quick, and they're going to get a quick kill there. Hunter picking it up, taking down Flamey. Navi, they have no idea what hit them. The bomb now dropped on the other side. The double kill for Hunter. What a way to get this map started. Zeus and Boomich now fighting back quickly. Some strength still left in them.
Oh, no. This is a standard way for this kind of a mid-push and a pistol round to just get beaten up. You get all the way down there, you get all the kills you need, and there's nowhere to go from after that. The knockout punch was not as strong as CR4ZY thought. They had a beautiful flashbang from top banana all the way down to the top of the ramp, and now Nexa has to win a 1 versus 2. He's got no armor.
He's just looking for headshots, and they're going to have to be really quick because any extended fight, and they're going to double peek him. Bit of a grenade there. He's actually made his way into a better position, but it doesn't matter. Zeus will take him down. A great recovery from Navi, but you're absolutely right. That kind of breakdown is kind of a classic.
And it was also maybe miscommunication. Maybe it wasn't like kind of involved in the protocol of who's going to be watching underpass. But Boomich, I mean, that's an obvious way for a terrorist to just kind of pop up and try and find a couple of those kills deep mid. No one had eyes on that whatsoever. It should be a position where the T coming from that position is at a huge disadvantage.
Yeah.
And Boomich is allowed to get a couple and safely escape.
CR4ZY going to invest into this round. And on Inferno, I mean, they did this against Astralis to actually the exact same thing, more or less, with 3 smokes that they try and sort of, you know, just cycle over at B in case someone shows up. You try and save them. I think against Astralis, they sort of missed that mark by 10 seconds, but it's still worth trying. Deep grenades landing right on top of Zeus, and he's utterly gone.
Yeah, he's deleted. Well, you want to know how much the conversation shifts after that win and that performance from both of these teams on Mirage. For the better for CR4ZY, for the worse for Navi. This is a map that yesterday, going into the Astralis game, their win percentage on it is atrocious. It's something like 15%. And to be able to predict them to win against Navi just shows the lack of confidence after that performance on Mirage. 4 players for Navi at the top banana. The bomb is still dropped on T ramp, so they can't commit quite yet. With just a minute left in the round, 2 smokes left on CR4ZY. 1 on Auto at the A bomb site, 1 on Hunter at the B bomb site. Also keep in mind, watching this yesterday, this CR4ZY defense, they love stacking 3 players over towards the B bomb site early on.
Auto going to be falling back pretty quickly from that flashbang, although does have a backup player there in Ledney, so I kind of wish he would stay at the corner so that Ledney could be helped out. Boomich going to go and check it, and well, that was why we wanted Auto to be back there, but still, over at this B bomb site, they don't have any more smokes, so when the smoke goes away, it's about 20 seconds, they're not going to be able to re-smoke it, but still, very limited time for Navi to get it onto the bomb site and put the bomb down. Hiding inside of that smoke is going to be Nexa. Hunter is there as well in the crossfire. Esperanto goes down. There's almost no time. Nexa, he's a genius thinking about it, and that's the bomb down. A huge disaster. Auto, can they get the bomb in time? I think they can just barely get it. He's holding it down. It's so unbelievably close, and he just barely gets it. That's less than half a second.
Well, they get away with one, but geez, that's about as close as you can possibly get.
If anything else goes wrong there, if it takes them half a second longer to kill Nexa, that's it.
If it takes him a quarter of a second longer for them to even realize the time was such an issue, such a pressing issue, he just got there just at the right moment. Auto going to be the only one left, and he's going to be content to just sit back. So that's about as good as you. I mean, obviously you want to win that if you're CR4ZY, but looking at this round, you know, you do everything possible to give yourself. You know, you come within a quarter second of actually just straight up winning the round.
Yeah. By the way, I went back and watched every single successful defense that CR4ZY had yesterday. I went back to the hotel and watched all of those where Nexa got multi-kills on B against Astralis, and it was out of control.
Oh, yeah.
Like, he was such a force on that bomb site.
He was a rock. I mean, he was playing excellent. Remember, they have those 3-man stacks early on in the rounds, and the area that Astralis kind of discovered was the weakness in this CR4ZY defense on Inferno was over towards A hulls, was being able to just kind of stream out of there. There was, you know, usually just 2 players. They found some really, really nice timings on those hulls explosions. So
yeah.
If Navi have done their research, if they watch that game,
yeah, hopefully they have, right? That would be a huge key to victory you have to assume for them here. That was also a ridiculous triple from Electronic. One of them through the smoke randomly happened. Sip did the same thing yesterday. It was fun.
It was, yeah.
It was something.
It was something.
exactly this setup is actually what they had against Astralis. With Nexa, Otto, Hunter, and Lenny, 4 people here. It's the exact same setup. And they won this round against Astralis.
Well, there's the dink. Boomich wants nothing to do with it. Hunter going to stick around for more fights. Nexa waiting to come through the smoke and eat a massive nade. Yeah, we talked about this yesterday as well. As impressive as Crazy has been, there's a good kill from Otto. That's deep into mid. He actually just peeked down mid with the 5-7. Finds a frag on the bomb carrier. So if you're Na'Vi now, where are you going? Right through the smoke, the P250. Can't complete the kill. Jumping in the air, dodges the bullets. They get into the B bomb site, but Zeus and Boomich are very low. There's a very real chance here for Crazy. 43 seconds on the clock.
Yeah, the damage really makes a difference. Electronic crossing over into the bomb site. Now has a really good angle to cover that. The flashbang to set it up. Planting the bomb, and they can't really do anything to stop it. That probably would have been one of the main things that could have given them this round. Crazy, just being able to delay that bomb plant a bit longer, but now I'm not sure. Exit kills might be better, although Esperanto, that's a nice headshot.
I still think it's a tough call to actually go for this. I think they're better off, like you said, exit kills, setting up, not letting them out. There's the peek from Hunter. Actually, never mind. It all changes. All the kills are coming in. They know where Boomich is. He's so low, he's going to go down, and Crazy have done it.
Wow.
Somehow, it almost feels like out of nowhere.
I mean, Esperanto just hitting that. Once he hits that shot by New Box, they just think, let's go for it. Otto picks up a triple in the round, and Crazy, they come up with a win. That is, yeah, got to be frustrating for Na'Vi for sure. How do they do now? 4th round coming up. Orb on Simple. Great work for Otto. This last one, obviously, Boomich very low on health, but T-side opening for Simple. He should be able to find some interesting duels here. And we really want to see him back to that form that we know he has.
Well, gonna put out the Molotov with a smoke. Hasn't taken a whole lot of damage. He's the only one stepped in front of this smoke. He's the only one being aggressive on the Na'Vi side through the half wall. It's not connecting. 3 players over at the A-bomb site now for Crazy. Hunter, Otto, and Letney.
And a very similar style defense that we saw yesterday, where they're really far back on the map. It means they don't have any real map information.
They did not like fighting for control in Banana or brackets or anything like that on their CT side. Astralis was able to get everything they could have wanted. We'll see if Na'Vi can do the same and actually if they're able to also exploit it the way that Astralis did.
But one of the ways, at least that Zeus in the past used to exploit things, was to wait until there's very little time left. There's Simple through the smoke to take down Otto. A common angle that he knew very well. Looks like they might try and split this B bomb side. Hunter is going to be going down now. They might just keep going A in that case. You already got these kills. Boomich with a beautiful double entry. And that's all you need now. Electronic could just wait outside, and if they want to go hunt the guns, then they can see if that's going to be an option, but
I have to imagine that they are going to hunt the guns. They don't have a lot of money, but with the fact that it's so deep into the bomb tower, they know they've cleared A, and you know you have them boxed in because Electronic is outside. You know exactly where they can be, so you can take it slow, you can take it cautious, and you can be very methodical. Still some utility to use as well. That flashbang for Hunter on Rap side was just maybe a second late. Very thin margins in this game, and Nexa pushing forward. He's going to go down, and Esperanto, the only one left in ruins. Doing the footsteps. Finds Boomich, finds Flamey. Electronic going to try his luck with the CZ. He's going to go down as well, but Zeus is going to find the finishing kill. As costly as you possibly could have made it, so fair play to Esperanto. But he does eventually lose the weapon, and they will have to, I was going to say they have to save, but Letney's got 5K, Otto's got 7,100.
yeah, tempting for them, right, to try and do something. Gotta remember as well on the CT side, though.
I was going to say, it's still so early in the game. I don't know if I'd want to see a full investment, but you can drop some weapons over, and just as I say that, a smile creeps on my face because they're going for the full investment. So we'll see how this rolls. Otto's got the AWP, which I think might have been the deciding factor. Hunter with the CZ, Esperanto Deagle. So an early risk for Crazy in terms of the money department.
All right. Excitement all across the board as we lead into round number 5. Certainly a close round. Some really close rounds that have been happening so far. But this one, the the entry over at Archway, I mean, that's again, because they're so far back, right?
Yeah.
You're right, the flashbang to peek into Arch is a good idea, and it really can work out. But once you realize, oh wait, they're coming A, you are, you know, it's really late in the round.
Deep nades, not going to find anyone there. Boost over for the op.
Really wanted to make that jump, didn't he?
Yeah, it's really risky to make that jump now. Here comes the flashbang. He's going to go for the peek behind it. They've already swung wide. He's good to get one. Fortunate to get one as well, but now Esperanto almost wants to remain aggressive. He thinks he might have fooled him, but he's got a great headshot onto Electronic, and he can back away. Nexa here as well, a 4-on-3.
I mean, they did see him jump back, right? So maybe he thought if I just creep back in...
Took the risk, and maybe he could catch someone off guard.
Trying to throw away some of the guns here so that nobody from Crazy can go and pick them up later on. It's always a good idea to do that. No reason to leave them on the ground. Plenty of time still, 55 seconds here. Hunter and Ledney still being very, very defensive over on the A side. They are a man up, so it's a bit more defensible to try and play this way at this point in time. Molotov on top of Boomich, and he's going to go straight for it. Now that leaves Esperanto alone on the bomb site. And he does need a lot of backup here. A kill would be huge, and he's going to get it. They don't even check for it. Esperanto now flashing his way into another one, and it could have easily been a double there for him. Instead now, 2-on-2. No, nice shot from Hunter, but he couldn't finish it. And that means Letney now. Rifle picked up, and he's going to go for the 1 versus 2 here.
Yeah, but how does Simple cover him? Oh, he's just put into right position. He misses a shot. Uncharacteristic, and there's the follow-up. Flamey bails himself out. A nice headshot. 3 kills in the round from Flamey. At a 4-1 lead for Navi, but that got close again.
There was about 18 seconds. So when Simple misses that shot, if Flamey goes down without planting the bomb, then Simple's got a really tough task on his hands.
Yeah. This is well done from Flamey. All the entries, even getting immediately dinked by Hunter, who's going to be frustrated he wasn't able to complete that kill. Let's see if they can recover from this. An early hole. I mean, this is kind of what they did at Navi in the previous map, is just dig them a hole very early on, and you kind of grind out to the close. Navi's got to be very happy about this start on Inferno. Hunter going to go down. And Letney also aggressive in holes. Ooh! Is that funny?
You never saw that coming, did you?
I didn't see that coming. That was a very fast crosshair movement.
He was just chilling on the balcony, wasn't he?
Having
just
a good
trying
time.
to enjoy the sun a little bit.
Have a coffee.
Yeah, something like that. Got the slippers on, early morning robe. It's not even funny, is it?
Well, unfortunately, not a whole lot for Crazy to fight with. Otto, yeah, he's got a pistol. I was going to say, just saw a knife out for a very long time. P250 as he moves in towards Boiler. He could still wreak havoc, but Zeus checks for it. 1 player in the site, 1 player in CT arches. Deep into the site is Nexa, and even if they don't check this with a USP, there's only so much damage you can really do. If he can grab that AK-47, now he can do a lot. That is a big follow-up kill, and almost onto Simple. The Deagle from Esperanto. It was so dangerous in the previous round.
Could he do it one more time? Now they're going to peek him right away. Electronic able to take him down, but that almost spiraled out of control, didn't it? Some needlessly close rounds here, it feels like, for Navi, but they're winning them, so it's hard to criticize at the moment. 5-1. And now there's money back in the pockets of Crazy, and they're going to be able to buy rifles. But ultimately, yeah, you're right. They are in a bit of a hole right now, especially in the economy front.
And Navi on the T side of Inferno, you have to be very pleased. You're already up to 5. War cries come out as the first big purchase in some time for Crazy is here. Otto with the AWP. 3 players at the B bomb site, but they're going to rotate Hunter back relatively quickly. So it's Nexa and Esperanto to hold on to Banana. And this is what really bruised them, is fast, aggressive plays, contact plays in holes against Astralis. Boomich is already ready and waiting behind the smoke.
Yep, that was absolutely something the Danes made great use of. Otto down here looking for that close corner. Actually, they've rotated 4 people back now.
I was going to say, that must be something that they saw in demos or that they researched into and feel very confident putting 4 players very committed as well. 2 players in the site, Letney on the balcony. Nexa's going to stay on this wrap side just in case he wants to rotate back. But the problem now for Crazy is when Nexa rotates away, who of the remaining 3 defenders of this A bomb site has eyes on Rap?
The other problem is Esperanto's got nothing to stop anybody with except for the M4, right? He's got no smokes, no molotovs, not even a flashbang, so...
No one does.
And he's so far behind that, you know, by the time he knows, it's going to be practically too late. He might have to rely on their smoke. I mean, try and challenge it and just shoot along the side of the wall, what people sometimes do. It's going to have to be a mad play like that, otherwise I don't see it working out. There's the smoke on top, but even that smoke is so late. He guesses through and does a bit of damage, but ultimately this is... I don't know. This is tricky.
He's missed a couple off opportunities. There is a massive gap in that smoke. Nexa looked like he wanted to challenge it, but Esperanto's going to get close up. Can he provide any kind of an opening when this smoke fades? Both teams out of utility. Excuse me, Letny has 1 flashbang, but it's got to be a god flash. When does it come in? Because that smoke's fading right now, and Zeus has the intel. Esperanto stood up. There's the flashbang. Nexa's up next, and no one's able to do anything with it. And again, they might just want to back away. 3 players have already given up, and Nexa is going to have to fight for his life.
Yeah, they probably know that he's in here, don't they? Zeus coming here on one side, Electronic on the other side. He's just trying to stay as hidden as he possibly can. With the bomb being right behind him, it's going to be a little bit risky. There's a good kill, though. And now, can he make it at least a bit more expensive? Not going to be... Oh, actually, they both got with the bomb, so I guess he did. That's something.
It's something for now, but I mean, they need to start getting rounds on the board, or else none of that's going to matter. Now, the money as well for Na'Vi is pretty decently built up. Simple has 11,000 before the purchase. So Na'Vi, even losing 2 players to the bomb blast at the end of the round, don't really care so much about the economic damage. 6-1 in the favor of Na'Vi.
It is looking good for them right now. Crazy, I think, have made some questionable decisions, but ultimately, Na'Vi is starting to come a little bit more alive here. Obviously, the final map would be Nuke, which, I mean, in itself is just wild. Grenade landing on Zeus. He actually died to a double nade from here last time. Otto will open up, and that's all the way up in apartments at A.
That's great for Crazy to have that opening kill, alleviate some of the pressure on you. Esperanto still playing spawn side. This time, at least for the moment, Nexa has well, he just used the smoke.
Looks like they're going to try and boost to sort of preempt the actual execute that's coming out. They have 3 people here.
Yeah, well, I imagine Hunter's going to stick around and drop that smoke when this one fades, and then he can choose to rotate back. Or, as you see, 4 players here. Maybe they feel the pressure. Maybe there's some kind of presence that gives away the game. Electronic just looking for anyone to peek into this crosshair.
Almost getting it. Nexus on the other side. He's got the right idea, too. He's got his crosshair right on his head, and that's going to be the damage. Now the peek comes in from Flamey in front instead. The boost, not quite ready for it. Simple goes down to Hunter, flanking in from the coffins. 35 seconds here. Esperanto, Electronic planting on the other side. Can he stop him? He's got almost the right lineup, but not quite. And the bomb will go down. That would have been the round.
Well, now we get a treat. Zeus with the AWP in a 2 versus 3 to defend this B bomb site. Smoke comes out to allow them to get into the bomb site, and that's actually the worst case scenario for Na'Vi. Both players on the wrong side of the smoke, but Crazy still has to be patient, so the smoke might run out. Esperanto has the only kit.
It's going to be a guessing game as well if the smoke stays up for just a second longer. Just shooting through the grenade on top. It's a great idea. They're not defusing right now. Almost down. They line up an Electronic, and then Zeus to follow it. That was so good. 7-1. Na'Vi taking quick steps now to try to get that 3rd map. 7-1. That's a pretty big lead being T-side.
It really is, and you can see already there's not really a great... You're not really seeing any kind of ability for Crazy to respond in this scenario. Na'Vi's just beating them up every which way. 10 kills on Electronic, already putting together a solid series after just 2 maps, or a map and a half.
Yeah, he's doing everything he can at the moment, isn't he? I don't even know what Nuke would be like, honestly. We're seeing a lot of different maps out of Crazy. Like, I mean...
Yeah, for a team that you would imagine wouldn't have the deepest map pool at this level of play.
Yeah.
We're seeing them play quite a few.
They really tried to block all the bullets there, to try to sort of see if they could do something, but didn't quite work out that way. Auto shotgun being picked up by Letny.
Yeah, the trouble is we've seen it a couple times. It's the utility that really comes into play in the late stages of the round where Na'Vi does eventually pick a bomb site. Smokes have already been used. There's not a whole lot of Molotovs. That time it was just, you know, I can't remember who it was that got the entry for Na'Vi coming through the smoke at the B bomb site, but realizes that they're shooting at the boost and likely he's not going to be prepared for the come through. Very quickly at top banana. And Flamey wants to challenge early.
Well, 3 people here. 2 of them are boosted up. And Esperanto will get that first kill. Hunter's boosted on the other side. And actually the 3-man B early is another feature of this defense that we saw a lot against the StarLadders, which I'm not sure if they knew 100%. They had, I think, a couple of rounds where they tried to exploit it.
I think because it's not the unique thing to put 3 players at B at the start of the round. What's unique about it is how committed Crazy is to it throughout the rounds. We saw without any information, without any noise being made, they would keep 3 players there sometimes for 45 seconds to a minute. Otto's going to get the second kill. Slowly whittling down this Na'Vi attack as the round gets deeper and deeper.
Hunter, that's good crosshair placement. Go for a peek there. Otto nearly got that one too. And that leaves Electronic and Zeus 2 versus 3. How did they make it out?
I don't think there is a way to make this out unless there's a mistake. Unless someone from Crazy really messes up. There shouldn't be any problems for them to win this. Zeus going to get aggressive. The shotgun keeping him at bay and finishing him off. Long range, and he'll be able to transfer that to an AWP. So finally, Crazy is back on the board after 5 rounds in a row for Na'Vi. They get their second.
I mean, it's not too late to get back in the game, but it's right on the edge, you know. Surely if they can put together a good little streak of their own here, then they can still stay competitive. And timeout being called here.
I think Na'Vi is going to talk over exactly how they want to play this. They've got a lot of money on Simple, but everyone else is, you know, just on the edge of being able to put a solid buy out there. So they need to talk things over if they want to risk it all here, or if they want to go for a half buy and save up for the next round, whatever it might be. Maybe Simple gets an AK and the rest have pistols. Still, this is, I mean, if you know, I kind of called the map 1 like almost a statement game from Crazy. That was like a big, like, we're here and we're not going to be afraid to actually, to fight you. This is equally a statement from Na'Vi, who looked missing on map 1 to a degree.
Yeah, they really did. Electronic certainly showed up. Simple's got 2 kills still. I mean, he wasn't missing on the first map at all, but still, it's a little bit unusual. Tech9's, though, in play. That's an Inferno classic.
It's been a while.
It has been a...
We do love to see it, though. There's a couple players who still pick them up. I saw Nitro use it on their Dust 2 game against Mouse Sports.
I appreciate that. I saw some pistol statistic that said that Tech9 was picked more than the dualies. That made me happy.
Well, you know, some people, guess the players just haven't fully adapted to the meta yet.
Yeah.
That must be what it is. You know, there's players that are a bit stubborn and changing their ways. Took them a while to pick up the AUG and the Krieg. Dualies are next.
Yeah. That's a bold prediction.
Well, this is also a classic. We're going to have a lot of bodies. There's a flashbang up towards top banana, but that's not going to pull anyone away. 4 defenders at this A bomb site. Flamey waiting in towards halls. Electronic, Simple, and Boomich, it looks like, to make the run up mid.
Could work out.
Are they going to try and go to B? Electronic just ran back towards B. Now he's running back to mid.
Somebody also failed a a smoke towards the hay cart there. So Letney is going to be able to easily peek out of the pit. Otto is just shutting everybody down at this point, isn't he?
Yeah, that hit didn't look as cool as it might have, as it felt like it was going to when you have all those set smokes. Electronic 16 HP falls in the end. 3rd round for Crazy.
Crowd's very excited. Yeah, 7-3. That is a lot better than it was just a couple of rounds ago. And you know, again, if they can get up to like 6, 7, even 8 rounds, I mean, I think that's 6 rounds. You have a foundation you can build on, right? You could win the pistol. You can go on to do something else. I think the problem is when you're down this low, it's just hard to imagine any kind of a comeback. So I think they're still just fighting to create that foundation now. Hunter's going to be running down middle with the backup of Otto right behind him. And just lump himself into that corner. There are 4 people coming in second mid. That's going to be very hard. I don't think Hunter can actually do this easily. Boomich going to go and check that angle, and he's going to win it no problem. They do get the return kill, but that's such an overcommitment.
Yeah, it really is. And now look, Letney is so isolated here. They know exactly where he is. And actually, I like this from Navi. Attacking rap side. Esperanto hadn't planted his feet yet. He wasn't really ready for the action. An inside pit. It's Letney. And that's awkward for him as well. Navi just overrun the crazy defense. A fast-paced round. And Nexa is left in a 1 versus 3, but an unrealistic 1 versus 3.
Yeah, you would have to be just very optimistic, wouldn't you, to try and believe he could win this. Electronic gets another triple. Navi get an 8th round on the board.
And they'll take that all day. Like, Otto, you're right. That is a very big overcommitment, and I'm not sure, you know, maybe a little bit of pressure. And obviously, we saw some mistakes out of them yesterday with kind of the pressure of the Astralis game, the implications of what this match means. But, you know, you just found the equalizing kill. You just got to pick down middle. Yes. It was a 4-on-4. You have no need to be that committed.
Oh, that's good. That's real good. Round number 12, though. And Otto, no armor on him. Again, the grenades all the time low for crazy. Navi surely enjoying this state of affairs. If they can win this round, then all the money's gone. I think that's where Navi sort of kick it into hyperdrive.
Well, it also goes back to that decision we mentioned about Crazy early on to go for that force buy. Like, I think it was like 1-3 or something like that when they were down. And I can't recall the last time I've seen them have like every nade on this CT side, which is so critical to a defense, and it makes the game so much easier for Navi when you don't have to go up against, you know, 5 Molotovs and 5 smokes. These choke points become much easier to manage, much easier to attack.
Especially for a team like Navi that already like to be a bit slow, right?
Right, they do like to extend these rounds unless given the opportunity.
And again, a complete lack of information on what's happening on the map here for crazy. That's the other thing. Actually, normally if you don't have grenades, you might be tempted to say, okay, fine, we don't have a lot of grenades, so let's try and see if we can, you know, force a fight at banana, maybe like bottom of banana. We get a kill, then we run back. Then at least even if we don't have grenades, still we have a 4-on-5, so maybe it's a bit better.
And this really speaks to the playbook as well for crazy that isn't quite deep yet in this team's, you know, lifespan, considering these setups are very similar every single time. Outside of maybe that mid push and the auto peek down mid, we haven't seen a whole lot of different setups. Letney gets 1, so does Hunter, but now that they're a lot of action going back and forth, and Letney staying alive in pit. It's just simple, but he's got time to find this kill and find himself a 1-on-2. The quick scope does not connect, and he gets no chance to clutch that out.
That's a solid defense from Hunter and Letney there. Good crossfire. Didn't catch the first grenade in, but usually one of the first 2 flashbangs there is going to be really critical if you want to get out of abs like that. And I don't think, you know, apparently one of them at least wasn't quite good enough. So yeah, Letney gets 1 kill before the flashbang, then he gets back around the wall where they can't really flash him any longer.
I think that first kill he got onto Electronic as well also stopped the Molotov coming into his position. So he wasn't really under pressure, he was never burning, didn't have to use a smoke or anything like that. So he was allowed to have, you know, free vision.
Great stuff though. A lot of talking going on there. 4-8 the scoreline. And yeah, I mean, I still think it's recoverable for crazy. I don't think that this means at all that they're out of this map. It's just that, again, I think getting up to 6 probably is going to be necessary, I would say.
Yeah, you need to have a bit of a buffer for yourself in terms of that second half switching things over. I mean, yesterday on Inferno, Crazy only managed 3 rounds on their T side against Astralis. So, I mean, no matter which way you look at it, it's going to be very, very difficult for them to come back and take this map away from Na'Vi. This might be a good starting point, though, and actually they've done a pretty decent job of at least kind of recovering in this game in a sense. They've won 3 of the last 4, so you've given yourself a chance to close out this half in a strong fashion and see what happens in the next. Pop flash peek. Letney only gets the 1, but he's brought Simple down very low, and actually they're never going to expect Hunter to be here. There's no way they expect Hunter to be here. First headshot is his, and he can back away. Molotov is really going to be the checkmate onto this strategy, and Na'Vi have to back away.
Yeah, very interesting.
Oh no, they're not all rotating, are they?
I don't know, Hunter's almost giving that up, but he is just in every way. Such a good player. Checking that corner probably made a big difference there. 4 versus 2. A Simple and Electronic got the last 2 left, but as you said, Simple already very low on health, and it would take something quite miraculous for them to be able to win this round.
Swapping out some weapons. Simple gonna throw the one smoke he has. Electronic to lead the way with the Krieg, but yeah, 2 defenders here, Esperanto and Nexa, and that's pretty much a straight-on crossfire. Gonna be very, very difficult. And Nexa can just delay as long as he'd like. Molotov comes out. That's going to prevent Simple from getting into the bomb site. The time is going to be a factor as well. Huge kill from Electronic.
Yeah, that is so smart. They just gambled everything on nobody coming through the smoke. I mean, they can't really do everything when there's only 2 people left. 13 seconds here. The bomb. Oh, no. That is such a good kill for Esperanto. And the whole attempt cancelled. Shooting through the coffins. Hunter with the triple overall. And CR4ZY winning a 5th round. That was beginning to look like a fun attempt there for Na'Vi.
Yeah, I really like that. I mean, the entry from Electronic I thought was going to seal it, but great spam from Esperanto. I thought that was at least going to let them get the plant, maybe one more kill in a scenario afterwards. Good defense from Hunter. Getting aggressive and switching into the same position Letney was in to confuse Na'Vi's attack. 8-5. 3-round lead for Na'Vi as this first half is coming to a close.
I need to get 7 rounds right now on the CR4ZY side. That might actually be a little bit of a cause of celebration for them. Even if it isn't like the perfect scoreline overall, it's still, considering where they could have been, going to be looking pretty good, isn't it?
It was a 7-1 run for Na'Vi to start the game.
Yeah.
I mean, it'd be a 7-1 run to, or 6-1, I guess, to close out the game if you're CR4ZY.
Yeah, you're going to be happy about that, aren't you? Simple. Hoping to entry with the Deagle in middle. All he's found so far is a grenade.
This is where this passive defense that CR4ZY has enjoyed playing is actually probably benefited in the sense that no one is really in a whole lot of danger of getting picked off. Even Nexa are going to use the smoke to slow things down. Bomb is down in the pit at the base of mid, and actually Simple's been spotted right around the edge of the smoke. Hunter grabs that. Wanted the information, and he finds it.
Yeah, I mean, that's true. They haven't really been very aggressive. There's been some rounds where they've been trying to do it, and they did that against Astralis too, where they try to push down middle every once in a while, but mainly it is a very similar setup for the defense. Hunter doing a fine job, and Otto is there to help him out. And just Electronic left. We'll find the battle there. They're going to be able to save the AWP though on the CT side, and 6-8 now. As we lead into round number 15, things starting to just look slight bit better here for CR4ZY.
Well, they've been able to get those Molotovs, and as we mentioned, they've been able to have all the utility in these past 4 or 5 rounds. It just took them to get there, and that's the problem. It took them so long to finally get to a point where they could consistently have all their utility due to some early economic gambles. 6-8, recovering in any way they can. Nexa only with 4 kills in this map. Electronic still on fire, 16-10 for him.
Well, could he do it one more time here in this round to get his team a 9th round? All little details matter. Again, this is an elimination game. If they screw this up, Na'Vi, on the second map here, if they let CR4ZY back in the game, get 7 rounds, and maybe doing the pistol in the second half as well, suddenly it can all spiral out of control and you just don't make it to the playoffs. Grenade actually lands right on top of him. That's not bad at all. Otto here, ready for the fight. In case they peek him, Flamey's certainly thinking about it. And he does do it. Electronic goes down, but they're going to avoid the AWP at least. And actually, a lot of damage onto Otto.
A great amount of damage, which is kind of scary considering he's one of 2 defenders. And Letney is all on his own. He's going to smoke mid here. He's got to be careful about Boiler. He just wants to get back into the bomb site. He realizes he can't make it. That's an incredible lineup. An incredible triple kill. Letney delivering in spades here in this final round of the first half. And it's just Zeus, 1 versus 5. Heroic stand for Letney before he goes down. But Zeus has 4 players slowly encroaching and surrounding him, and that's going to be the end of the first half. 7-8 in the favor of Na'Vi.
That's so cool. They were looking into the corner because that's where they saw the Molotov came from, and then he just moved out behind the pillar. Very, very interesting. Let's see how this goes in the second half. That's going to be coming up right after the break. Stay with us. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Navi and Crazy here. Second half, second map, an elimination game at the Major. The last one that we have, in fact. The last spot being played for right now. And everything is on the line. Crazy took the first map on Mirage, and they did it just in a fantastic style. Now, it feels like they've calmed down a little bit. They've made a couple of mistakes on this map. They haven't changed their style much from when they were playing Astralis yesterday on the very same map. And Navi are starting to look a little bit better. So overall, it feels like Navi could definitely take this map, but I don't want to call it yet. I think a lot could change when the halves change here, and we'll just have to see. Maybe the key right now for Crazy is to avoid Electronic. Find out where he plays, go somewhere else.
Yeah, he's playing so well in this series thus far, in this map and a half that we've seen. Simple at 3-11 after the first half is a worrying sign for Navi, but you'd expect on the CT side things would be much easier for him to get involved with the AWP. A lot of different places, a lot of different rotations you can do. And you're going to have to hope, if you're Crazy, you got to bring back some of that like really, really aggressive, fun fragging and trading style that they had against Astralis. I think a lot of this kind of struggle on this map isn't them cooling off. I think it's more so this is just not a comfort map for them. Like this isn't a great one for them, despite the close match against Astralis yesterday.
It could be that that's exactly what we're seeing. Now we've got some smokes, a Molotov on Crazy. Only flashbangs there on Navi. Zeus has got the kit picked up. Electronic is alone in the pit while they're pushing down Banana. This is a very interesting and I would say high-risk play. Electronic, I don't think they're going to get back to him in time. He's going to have to do this all on his own with the USP. They're flanking from the side. He's flashed already. Nexa getting close. The bomb is down. Electronic, that's a godlike kill. Can he get even more? He's already bought so much time. Oh my god! Taking down Ledney. How is it possible? He might have done enough, but no! They just rush in behind Esperanto and Hunter, crushing the life out of this round for Na'Vi. If I'm Electronic, I'm going to be so upset. He did way more than anybody could have expected. And now Flamey's in a 1 versus 3. The bomb is down. I'm not even sure where that kid is. Oh, it's right in front of him, so he could probably go and pick that up, but not going to get a chance. Hunter with a triple instead. Man, he set that up for his team.
I mean, if there's that's a huge almost mistake from Crazy. The bomb being the only person jumping into pit to clear that. That could have been a disaster. If there's one more Na'Vi defender with Electronic after those 2 kills he gets, that's a very tough win. They had to come over him, and yeah, the rest of Na'Vi, you can see how desperate. They knew exactly what was happening, that they had to come try and help him, and had to come through that smoke with no real intel, and they get slaughtered.
They even show the reaction of Electronic. I feel for you so badly, Electronic. I know.
It's like he just got an instant migraine.
Yeah, I agree. Like,
ooh. Bless it all.
What's happening?
Say his name 3 times in a mirror. Comes and wrecks your phase of the scout.
That is exactly right. They should do a remake of Candyman at some point.
With Simple?
Yeah, with Simple. Actually, that's a golden idea for anyone out there.
Well, Hunter's just waiting in mid, and this could be a huge backstab. Yeah, you're exactly right. Electronic in this series is just not willing to give it up. This is a massive flank. I don't think Crazy's going to have any idea. The question is, can it come in time? Because they're already starting to move up mid, and actually Boomich is rotating away. They're doing a gamble towards the B bomb site. But if Electronic turns this corner and gets the information, which he might, they're taking their sweet time getting up mid. Yeah, he's got to see everything. Sees 3. Oh, he shoots very early. Gets that dink, and the MAC-10's not going to help you whatsoever.
Oh, it's very hard to know. I don't know. If he snipes somebody away, maybe that's all worth it. Now they're all rotating on that information, and it's all got very awkward, hasn't it?
Yeah, but I mean, at the same time,
I don't know what you would have done differently necessarily. Flamey going to be going down. I guess this is actually a smart move for Crazy. Like, after all of that madness about being shot in the back, they sort of slow it down a lot. They go check Banana, but they don't just panic.
That's the thing, because if someone's flanking like that, there's likely a stack, and I think that had to have been the reason they called back towards A, because I just don't think you see a stack too frequently at the A bomb site, and then someone pushed the A hulls to wrap around you. So I think Crazy just kind of took a shot in the dark, and it worked out for him.
They did, but I mean, again, I think it's nice to see that they're able to calm everybody down at that point in time, because it's one of those moments where easily someone just gets a little bit too panicked and more people start dying. They didn't let that happen. Now it's a 4-on-3 instead, and obviously just saving the rifles on the other side of the map on Na'Vi, so they're going to be able to save the scout, but not really much else. So This is now the lead being taken by Crazy.
And it's also 3 of 4 pistol rounds won by them in this series so far. So much improved from yesterday in their pistol work.
All right. I think I can guess who the crowd is with at the moment, the people that are here.
I would imagine that's the Go Crazy CEO from the organization.
It very well could be. The Crazy Finnish fans have abandoned us today.
Yeah,
I'm kind of sad about that.
The group of Waldos.
Do you think they might be recovering? Is it possible?
I would imagine. I don't know. It depends. You know, I would have had to recover. They started drinking early.
They did start drinking real early.
That was a long marathon day of drinking and doing the wave and cheering for Ents, even though Ents had already qualified.
Listen, that's what you need to do. Just make sure they absolutely feel it, you know, still aboard.
Yeah, you still got to appreciate it.
I'm excited for it. I hope those people are going to be in the arena when we get into the.
I'm sure they will be.
I'm going to be looking for those shirts. That's going to be one of the things I actually look forward to now.
Did you notice Alex was actually wearing the same shirt as them yesterday? Machine. Except his was vertical stripes. Theirs were horizontal.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
I did not notice that. That was his. Was it yesterday's birthday? Was Alex?
Yesterday was his birthday. Yeah.
He's so young, isn't he, as well?
Yes. Yeah. Actually, I'm not even sure. 26.
Young, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we love him anyway. 9-8, and the 18th round now commencing here. We've got a lot of smokes, in fact, on Navi's side. So this is a great opportunity right now for Crazy to make a big mistake. If they wait for a long time and let those smokes come into play, that would be sort of a classic mistake to be making on T side here.
Here's your chance, guys.
Yeah.
If you're ever looking for a time to make a massive mistake, this is the one.
And you can see that mistake building already if they are not aggressive enough early on. Because if you're aggressive, you're forcing the CTs to use the smoke. But if you're slow about it, they can wait. Simples here. He's going to be just checking the first corner. That's some damage on Letny, and that's all good. Now they don't have to use the smoke, so for a while at least, Zeus will go down, but that's still pretty much worth it. And Flamey does not currently have a smoke either. I don't know if there's one in there. I think they must have had more. Is that the one on the floor there?
I think so. It looked like that was the one on the ground. Zeus had it. Goes for that peek. Flamey would love to pick it up, a bit nervous. Meanwhile, over towards the A bomb site, Nexa with a bomb and Hunter. Wrapping around A. That smoke will slow them down, but they can either hit pause, they can go attack the B bomb site, but I think in the moment they're content to stop any rotations from coming in using the range of these AK-47s, and they'll re-aggress in about 10 seconds when that smoke fades. But actually, as I say that, Otto just backs off and heads towards the B bomb site, and Flamey's going to be a free kill. Nice shot from Hunter. It's all on Simple. One last obstacle.
Yeah, a huge one, at least most of the time. He's got the scout, though, so that does sort of work against him. He's going to turn around, still scoped up. He needed that instant headshot, and that was not going to happen. So bomb site sold clear. 9 seconds here as the bomb is going to be going down. And that's now, yeah, just looking for a couple of more kills here towards the end, if it is possible at all. It looks great for Electronic. Goodbye.
Look at Boomich. He's going to pop up again. He might catch Otto looking the wrong way. Oh, there's the footsteps. Otto's ready for it. I think actually that's one AK. I think Otto's running up to grab the AK-47, I would imagine. But yeah, the Electronic's going to go down. So actually, Crazy do end up losing one rifle in. No, actually, Otto gets it right at the end. Nice grab.
Quick enough.
Yeah, fair play. He's got some wheels.
10-8, Moses. There's 6 rounds away from making that playoffs. The story, I mean, that's been building for this team has been just amazing.
And to do it on a map like this, which hasn't been great for them, would be incredible.
Yeah, even that, it's, you know, percentage-wise, not looking good overall. Hunter is at it again with 21 kills, overtaken even Electronic at this point. So, yeah, well, we talked about him a lot already, and there's a good reason why. Deep grenades being thrown in from the Na'Vi side, trying to put some pressure on and deny that banana control. And they have a lot of people shuffling about in CT spawn. That's making me exceedingly nervous. It's actually slight panic, a little sweat on my forehead.
Well, they had no one in the A bomb site. Look at this explosion. It's almost like Crazy wants to do the Astralis, and that nade slows him down, but no one in the bomb site from Na'Vi is ready. They've somehow not lost anyone until just now. Again, only Simple. What a great flick, but there's nothing more you can do. And coming through the smoke, once again, like pistol round. Crazy find a timing and lock Na'Vi out of the bomb site.
Man, if at any point in the future you guys ever want to try and play musical chairs in CT spawn, just don't do that. It's a horrible idea.
It always sounds like a fun game. It never ends well.
It sounds great, but when someone is trying to bomb the A bomb site, then all the fun stops, you know?
Oh, even Zeus going to go down right at the end. Otto on the hunt. It's not the whole team. But now they have the intel that Navi called to save. Flamey's going to give up his position. Takes that kill, falls back into T-spawn. Esperanto is too low on HP, though.
Yeah, he doesn't really have the health to try and hunt for it, does he? He can maybe spot the feet here if he comes out a bit too far. He's thinking about it, and that's it. Health or not triple for Esperanto, and that's going to be around for Crazy, and a huge one. Listen, maybe that is the Counter-Strike version of musical chairs. You have to run around and, like, you know, you can't sit down until you hear the bomb being planted, and then you go. Then you have to find your seat. That's
it's like a nightmare retake server.
Yeah, exactly. That's what Navi were just doing. Why were they all in CT spawn running back and forth?
It did look a bit confused about maybe where they wanted the op on Simple to go. Either way, it's an absolute catastrophe at the end of the day. 11-8 in the favor of Crazy on this T side of Inferno. 4 in a row to start this second half. And if you're Navi, you've lost map 1. You're 5 rounds away from being eliminated from the Major in a spectacular upset.
Hunter, ooh, absolutely close line.
I don't know why he was so aggressive, though, with Nexa coming up in towards halls.
Yeah.
He could have waited very much to regroup, and even Nexa, not even considering the stairs as a point of danger, very lucky that Boomich didn't stick around for more fights.
This is where you don't want to be making any mistakes at all. You have the lead, you have the economy, quite a bit of it, building. Don't let Navi back in this game. Who knows what would happen on a third map, especially it being nuke. A lot of smokes being put down all across the board here at the B bomb site, and Zeus nearly drops.
I think that was 2 smokes thrown by Crazy towards CT spawn, so that's not great. That's going to help give numbers over to Navi, but also those are just 2 smokes that are wasted because one is put in the choke point by the defense, and they don't want to go through that. Now you're going back to the A bomb site. Electronic in the pit, and Boomich has that recovered AK-47.
I was going to say that AK could be huge.
And that smoke funnels it towards him.
Look at the off angle as well. He's just lined up for it. There's a team kill in that, but Letny will continue the spray to take him down, and now Electronic is just waiting. And they don't have a lot of time to think about checking anything. He's got 20 seconds here, so they might just have to go straight for the bomb plant immediately. Can he do anything to stop it? Letny all the way in the corner. Zeus going down, and they spot for Electronic. They know. Nexa up on the graveyard. That's great defense. And now, can they do anything at all? 2 on 2. The smoke is going to be going up. Actually, Flamey gets a headshot. It wasn't a smoke. It was a flashbang instead. And Letny goes down. A great retake here for Navi, and a lot of chaos in this round for Crazy.
That's going to be one they look at if they end up losing this map, Crazy. When they go back after this Major and look at it, that's going to be the round that they really, really still feel the hurt of.
Yeah.
Losing the player in halls far too early. Overextension from Hunter without his teammate to clear halls. So 11-9, Navi by themselves a lifeline. And the upgraded weaponry going to massively boost the economy of the defense to help them buy more into the future. And yeah, this is so close to a double kill. And that might have just shut the round down before they even get into the site.
It sort of was a double kill. Just,
fair point.
You know.
I'll concede that.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to be one of those sticklers, you know, just technically.
No, you held me responsible for that.
21st round. And no orbs in play, I guess kind of a reflection of the economy overall.
Oh, they're going back to the halls explosion.
They are.
Yeah, they use a smoke. They just put out a Molotov to make Navi think that they were sticking around in Banana. Here we go, but Electronic, the top player for Navi, is here.
Yes, he is, and he's getting set up for that kill easily. There's no flashbang. Usually you throw that from the middle, but they never even did it. Maybe they wanted to peek in, but still, that's a massive risk, and you can see why.
Maybe they were baited into thinking that was going to be easy just due to the fact that last time they ran the strategy, Navi was, as you said, playing musical chairs in CT spawn for a bit, so they had a well easier time of things.
Yeah, it's hard to know. I'm really puzzled now.
Well, the puzzle is what do they do from here? The tough part is, because of that emphasis, Flamey's pushed out of B, and he has all the intel that no one is in Banana, so 4 players now defending A.
I think Letny saw that, but it doesn't matter. Zeus with a bit of an awkward repeat, not going to be able to get out. Still 3 men inside of the A bomb site. Electronic being 1 down in the pit, and he's a very strong pit player. Always has been. Otto getting very close to that hay cart. Going to try and see if he can flash into any kind of a kill. Electronic will take him down with the bomb as well. Another triple here for Electronic, and Esperanto's going to drop a quad kill now. He is still so good in this position. 23 overall.
He's a beast, and I think we kind of slept on how good of a player he is in that pit position because we've had so many great examples of it recently. Twists on Liquid, obviously Magisk on Astralis. Those guys have taken kind of the mantle of being one of the best players in the world at this position. And Electronic is spectacular as well. One round closer, just one round away as well. Na'Vi 10, Crazy 11. And the really, really difficult thing now for Crazy is as they were running up that score, the whole time, they had the money control. Yeah. They were on top of things. And then you add in the fact that Na'Vi just won that half buy. They got some free upgrades to weaponry. Now they've strung a second round in there. All that economic advantage that the T side was holding on to is gone. They're going to have to fight tooth and nail and grind this one out the old-fashioned way.
It's going to be even trickier if they lose this next one, because then their own economy is broken and Na'Vi will have, well, whatever they want, basically. So, yeah, this... If they want to stop the madness, if they want to stop the return into the game here for Na'Vi, then now's the time to do it. Because it's going to get progressively worse. Boomich, Electronic, Simple, Flamey cheating over. Zeus really far back even over at that B bomb site with a single smoke. They are putting a lot of emphasis on this A bomb site defense. More than maybe you would hope, but it seems to have been the right call.
Flamey's going to get isolated, but Simple's here at the corner with the flashbang. They're all blind. He holds the trigger. Couldn't get two, but he's done massive damage. Hunter at 42, Otto at 28. One more flashbang over towards Pit. It's a double Pit setup, Boomich and Electronic. This is going to be so hard to crack open. It might not even be possible. Electronic is playing lights out Counter-Strike. And he can just wait and be patient.
He's doing everything right now. Otto finally takes him down, but it's still a 2-on-2. Hunter, who's been kind of the main man here for Crazy on Inferno, and it's going to be him and Otto to close out the round. Otto with a quad kill, in fact, kind of silently sneaking into the round, and that's going to disrupt that streak from Na'Vi. We're about to string a third round in there, but didn't really work out.
No, that's tough. That's tough for Na'Vi. They had the perfect setup. 4 players at the A bomb site. You had 2 players in Pit.
Yeah.
What a round for Otto to come alive. It's Hunter at 22 and 13. Otto at 20 and 12. For Na'Vi, it's Electronic at 25. And the next closest is Zeus at 13.
That's a drop-off, isn't it?
It's a big drop-off.
At least comparatively. Simple looked like he was about to shut that round down himself. But this is good showing for Otto. Well, Finnish player that's found his way into this team. It's exciting, isn't it?
It's kind of, I'm not gonna lie, it's a little weird when I look at the flags and then there's just like a random Finnish player for no reason other than the fact that he's actually incredible at the game, obviously. But yeah, it's just an interesting lineup decision.
We've got a couple of, I mean, Lurpus all the way back in the day sent that trend, didn't he, go to America playing? So some of the Finnish players just like to escape, don't they? Go elsewhere.
Well, if Crazy wants to cause this upset, this is one of those all-important rounds that can give you a great chance to do it. No money is left on the Na'Vi defense. And they're also going to have to consider that even if they just get into a bomb site quickly and efficiently, there's going to be a very early save call. And Crazy have changed things up. They've adapted their T side. They've now fallen into this very heavy 5-man group up, and they're finding timings. We've seen them try and hit it over towards Halls, towards Rap side. Now they're doing it towards the B bomb site. Zeus just gets back. And that Molotov, he actually chooses not to use it. They're going to swing in wide. He's going to try and set up the crossfire, spraying through the smoke. Oh, Simple! I think that was a double through the smoke, including the flashbang. What a time for that to happen for you.
Oh, that's so disgusting. He might even try and wallbang it from inside of the church there. Yeah, he did for a second, but 2 versus 4. Hitting a shot like that through the smoke, surely that's a round you win. Nexa, hiding inside of that smoke. There's a huge gap being created right now. That's very interesting. And they're spraying through, trying to connect, and he's just trying to stay silent. He even has a Molotov. If it goes late enough in the round, if he doesn't go down from all this spray, that could work out. Now they're going to jump him. There's no chance any longer. He needed Otto to stay alive. A triple for Simple, but oh man, do we want to see the replay, Moses? Can we handle it? Is it too much?
That's the worst, because what a call for Crazy, where it felt like they had the advantage and they found the perfect timing for it, even before Zeus was able to get over and get comfortable. And then Simple lands that as just a stunner. Such a heartbreaking way to drop around a double through the smoke. Now, a small gap in there. Small gap in that, which is a bit of a mistake that allows another kill on the cross. So there were mistakes made from Crazy, but still, the double through the smoke is the... Yeah, it never feels good.
No, you kind of know that that's probably the round right then. And he has been having a quiet game, Simple. That was obviously really good. Triple in that round, but that only puts him at 10.
Yeah, it's his 9th and 10th kill of the game so far. However, if that's the start of him showing up to close, remember, we saw Device as well against, I think was it against these guys? We had a very slow start, and he ended it so strong. I think he had something, yeah, he started it very quiet, but picked it up right at the end. If Simple does that as well, it pretty much ensures a Na'Vi victory, it feels like.
Yeah, now would really be the time for it, wouldn't it? He's got the AWP back in his hands, and Crazy have run out of money. A very good chance right now for Na'Vi to even up the scoreline and make it 12-12 as we head into round number 24 here. Quick smoke there. Boomich. Ooh, ducking down, and he's going to get found. Oh, dear.
Just, I guess, at a certain point, you just entrust your life to God and just start crawling back as quick as possible.
Just wishing that you could.
Where is your God now, Boomich?
Certainly not with him on that day. Zeus and the Arch, they do line up really nicely for him, and he'll take a quick triple. So whatever risk was taken there by Boomich seems to have been brought back now.
Hunter's got a Krieg though, and he actually just straight challenged Electronic and Pit. If he had come out on top of that, they kind of come pretty close to even. 51 HP on Electronic, 41 on Hunter, and now if you're going to make this adjustment across the map, can't really slow down a whole lot, being as quiet as possible for as long as possible. Question is, do they walk in with contact or do they give it up with the far away smoke? Hunter going to lead the way.
Smoke is going to be going down, so they definitely know.
It's a real chance here. If they can get in, if they can protect this plant, if Flamey doesn't stop it, Simple's rotating over now, and surely not again.
I was going to say, but it's a bit risky for him this time, because... Well, especially because we can tell Hunt is very close, so a fired shot from Simple probably get him killed at the moment. Bomb goes down. And Simple not firing that gun at the moment. Flamey on the other side, looking to see if maybe he could see anybody here. And Electronic also coming through. And no one's checking for Hunter. Simple not even posing like he will, but he does. That is some heads-up play. That's what we want out of him, and he's still going to be going down, but Flamey's right there. Good teamwork and a good triple for Zeus in that round. If he hadn't checked that corner, that would have been scary.
And it would have been so easy to not check that corner as well, because Flamey had already made it over towards construction, towards ruins.
Yeah.
He was waiting outside of the bomb site. Simple very easily could have walked into that trap. But fair play. The plant helps out massively with what Crazy
three
can buy
kills,
this run. Yes. And around where they brought, what, 4 pistols and a Krieg with no armor?
Yeah. So that's
pretty sweet.
That's not bad. Oh, the Krieg was picked up from Boomich, wasn't it?
That's right.
So
good point.
They just had pistols. Yeah, that's, I don't know. Hard to say who's going to win right now. It's completely tied up. I think the economy might make the crucial difference. Simple. Just a blind shot as he's flashed, and now the grenade on top. Is he going to take one through the wall? He does like to do that, but no connection being made. And it's a 3-way crossfire over at top mid in case Crazy want to try and show up there. Again, they've left one guy alone really far back on B. Trusting a lot, I would say, in the B retakes in that case.
They've done this, like, I think, what, the last 3 or 4 rounds? They've basically just kept one player here. And similar play coming up now from Crazy. That smoke has a gap in it on the left side from Flamey's perspective. Flamey's left, they're right.
Yes.
They might actually want to come through that. Might also just not want to mess with it whatsoever in case it's designed. Simple is rotated over as well.
Well, they're going to smoke him off, but again, you can take a lot of shots. Oh, he's flashed as well. That's going to make a big difference. They smoke it up in the last second. Flamey with a huge defensive double kill. He's looking for more. He's tapping away inside of the smoke. He gets it as well. Taking down Ledney. That's a beautiful defense. When you're the only one on the bomb side, that's all you need. And I think Nexa took a bit of damage putting the bomb down there, but ultimately, they're still in a 2-on-4, and now the flank comes in. No chance at all. Beautiful retake from Na'Vi, and obviously Flamey the hero this round.
He's the hero, but so is the fact that Crazy threw that Molotov in his position very late. He'd already gotten 2 kills by the time that Molotov hit the ground and spread. Otherwise, that's forcing him into the open, forcing him into the fight that Crazy want to take. As it stands, they had to jump around his Molotov and take fights on his terms. 13-12 as they take the lead, and This is the wrong time for Crazy to allow Na'Vi to go on this kind of a run. It's a bit wild though. Look at it. I mean, it's a 5-1 run for Na'Vi, but 4 of those rounds have been plants.
Yes.
Crazy's actually doing a good job of getting into the bomb sites themselves.
Yeah, all they need to do is convert one of these rounds and start to build their own economy, shut down Na'Vi's again, then they can still win it.
Just not a lot of rounds to do all that. 5 remaining in the half.
It's always scary to me when people almost play retake on B Inferno. That seems to me like a wild idea. Do you remember that one Liquid game with Astralis, where Astralis got the B bomb site every time and Liquid just retook it? Like 10 rounds in a row, just didn't even care. So it is possible to do it, but
yeah, it's just risky. Well, I think the nice thing for Na'Vi that they're playing with Flamey largely there, sometimes all on his own, is they're getting so many kills out of him before the bomb gets planted.
Yeah.
All of Na'Vi is here at top mid. Boomich, Simple, and Electronic, all 5 kills between the 3 of them.
Get out.
And just 2 rounds away, Na'Vi, from forcing map 3, forcing us on to nuke.
14-12. And with that kind of a cleanup, with nobody going down, I mean, Na'Vi's economy is not going to be threatened for quite a while. Crazy now picking up an AWP on auto. They've got to put something together here. Nuke could be, well, a big question mark in some sense. We'll see. Boomich taking a peek. Doesn't really want to go into apartments like last time. Simple, challenging that smoke. That's a really cool design, isn't it? Molotov deep. Oh, did he see it? What happened?
He might have just gone for the I think he just went for the timing.
Just flicked it on timing.
Just flicked it over.
It's so quick regardless.
Well, this is not going to work out. 1 player in pit, Electronic. Here we go. Flashbang is out. There's 1 player in balcony as well. Look at that crossfire setup, so huge. Oh my god, they don't get anything done. Flamey though. Flamey stepped up so much next to Electronic in this game. He has been an absolute hero, and Simple's going to get the final kill. We were talking in these first 2 maps that Electronic needs a teammate next to him, and Flamey has arrived.
Yeah, those were some really beautiful taps, weren't they, up at the balcony there? You like to see it. 15-12, ladies and gentlemen. 1 more round for Na'Vi, and we get to go to map number 3, which would be on Nuke. And I'm very excited about it. I think Crazy, especially starting this round, winning 4 in a row, they might have thought, yeah, you know what, we can actually do this. Maybe we are just a couple of rounds away from the playoffs, but now it's not looking like that at all. Their economy is not great. Now we have everything they could possibly want here. They need a string of 3 miracles, more or less.
Holding down the trigger, Otto completely blinded. Molotov going to keep them back. Esperanto actually pushes forward into that. He wanted the fight, and that's exactly what Flamey was looking for. Him and Zeus combined for 2 kills at top banana. And with only 2 smokes and 1 flashbang, this 3 versus 5 does not seem likely at the moment.
I don't know how you would find a way to do this. Utility, you're playing on a map like Inferno, where forcing some of those fights, very hard to do. They sort of had the opportunity up here. I mean, Na'Vi did give that to them. Zeus on the corner to take down Hunter. And now, yeah, I don't think there's any way to do this. 2 versus 5. Next up, trying to make a play on that one side. The flashbang, actually, that was from the other side, and that flashed Simple as much as did anybody else. He's still waiting there with the AUG, and next they're going to be walking right into the shot. He almost goes down. Now there's only 38 seconds. Going for the A-bomb side, it seems. But Boomich and Electronic have every advantage right now.
It's so good as well that Flamey has stepped up to this level in this game, because now that puts Electronic at the A-bomb site and Flamey at the B-bomb site, both of them just playing incredibly. There's no great option for Crazy.
There really isn't.
We'll see if they can walk out. Just Nex is just so low, and Electronic can bide his time. And the freest of kills, 2 at the end, 16-12. Na'Vi take Inferno, and we're going to nuke the final map to determine which one of these teams heads into the StarLadder Berlin Major playoffs.
30 kills at the end for Electronic in regulation. That is really something. And ultimately, yeah, it feels good, doesn't it? If we're going to be deciding the last spot here for the playoffs, let's have all 3 maps. Let's make it a real test, and Nuke certainly is going to be that. you know, for a long time, obviously before the whole sort of change. But when Zeus was still the leader, Na'Vi didn't even play a nuke. I mean, not just to bring that up, but they have played it since, and it's been looking decent enough. But
I've seen them like trying to play it a few times more, and like trying to make it a map that they can actually select in best of 3. So I mean, pretty interesting in that regard. But we'll see. It's been very hit or miss for me when I've seen them play nuke.
Yeah. They have some advantages that I think they could take care of, right? Like, with Simple out in the yard with that AWP, that in itself should be a massive thing.
Well, and you hope that Electronic and Flamey's level stays where it was on Inferno. Electronic ends with 30 kills. Flamey was at 20.
Yeah, if they could do that, then they've got a pretty good shot at it.
Pretty good shot.
See what Crazy could do as well on Nuke, I don't even know, but we'll find out soon after the break. So stay with us and we'll be right back.